welcome back to my channel. Put my extensions in. It's cold outside. It's like a scarf, keeping me nice and toasty. So today I filmed for you a green smoky look. I feel like I haven't seen a ton of green looks out there, so I wanted to do something a little bit different. And I wanted to do something with some more color. Definitely love color. So I used Urban Decay's, what did I use? Wait. So I used Urban Decay's Full Spectrum palette in addition to the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette. So I did use them together to get this green, smoky, wintry look. Really great look for holiday, for a dreary day like it is right now. But if you still want to look real glam and glitzy, I also used, which I find very underrated, the green shade in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moodchild palette. This bad boy decided to make an appearance for my green look today. So if you guys want to see how I got this makeup look, please keep watching. So I'm going in with Cover FX Mattifying Primer. Take a little dot. I'm going to just be applying that all over my face. Rub it in real good. For foundation, I am using Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Makeup in shade 4.5 and also Koh Gen Do High Definition Makeup in shade 113. I'm just going to be mixing those two together and just really roughly applying it all over my face just to get the coverage level I want, and I'll be blending it in later. I'm using Marc Jacobs, the Phase 3 brush, to buff in all the foundation I just kind of threw on my face. I'll be starting on the outer perimeter and then going in to stipple underneath my eyes and around my nose just to get a really flawless finish. For concealer, I will be using Makeup Forever's Full Coverage Concealer. I'm just going to dot a little bit of that underneath my eyes and then also on my eyelids to act as a primer. And I'm just using an old Sephora foundation brush just to buff out the concealer, get a real fine finish. To set everything, I'm using Laura Mercier's Translucent Loose Setting Powder, and this brush I'm using, the Sephora brush, I don't even know which one this is, but it is so soft, it's pointed. It's their Pro Featherweight Powder Brush, number 91. This thing is amazing. I just set my whole face with it. Eyebrow time, using Anastasia's Dipbrow Pomade in Soft Brown. We're just gonna give our eyebrows a little brush and then start from underneath and start drawing the shape of the eyebrow that we want. Trying to get that tail nice and clean, and then towards the end, I didn't really like how it was looking, so I did have to kind of clean up that tail, and then I just kind of feathered out the center part of my brow just to give it a nice little fade. One down, sad face for the other one, looking not so good, and voila! Oh yes, whole different person with those eyebrows. I think I said that last time, but it is the truth. To contour and bronze up my face a little bit, I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I'll use the lightest shade with the Shade and Light brush, and I just kind of pinch it together to do my nose contour. Then I'll be taking the two middle shades, I just kind of mix them together real roughly, and then I just blend out my cheekbones. I don't use a ton, even though it probably looks like I use a ton in this video, but I definitely use way more for my forehead. Gotta contour that bad boy. It's big and it needs to go away. So I will actually push a lot of the powder into my hairline. To bronze up a little bit, I'm just using Tarte's Park Avenue Princess bronzer and just adding a little bit of that to the top of my cheekbones. Alright, the main event. I am using Kat Von D's Metal Matte Eyeshadow Palette and Urban Decay's Full Spectrum Palette. Can't wait to use these beauties together. So, just to set the base, I'm using Bone from the Kat Von D palette, and then I also forgot I had a self-made palette from Makeup Forever, and I used that green shade. I believe it's the matte khaki one, but I'm not sure. I will list it below for you guys, but that is my transition shade. Had to bust out an oldie but a goodie. This is the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette, and I'm using the shade Dragon just to get that real green color in the crease. Once I'm done, it will not look as bright, I can promise you that. So for the whole lid, I'm going to be dipping back into the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette and using the shade Moss, and I'm just going to pack that all over my lid to get a nice dark green smoky look going. But since it's obviously very pigmented, I am just going to bake my under eyes a tiny bit, that way I can sweep away any excess fallout later on. Alright, so for the full spectrum palette, to kind of darken up my eyes, I will be going in with Midnight Blaze. I realize this is the only color from the full spectrum palette that I'll be using, but it's kind of a shimmery dark gray bronze color, so I figured it would work well with the green tones that I already laid down. And I'm just taking the same brush I used the shade Dragon with, and then another fluffy brush just to kind of blend everything out, because it's a little choppy at this point. So I'm just going to apply and blend some more. For eyeliner, I am just using the Faced Eyeliner. This came with their really old, like, something sexy. What is it? It's Faced The Return of Sexy palette. It like came with this bonus eyeliner. So I am just throwing that underneath my waterline. For a smoky eye, you gotta have the tight lined liner. And I'm just putting that same liner on top of my eyelids, and I'll just smoke that out with the Kat Von D shade Jet from the same Metal Matte palette in a second. There we go. There it is. Just to deepen the eyeliner and smoke out the eye. So I'm finding I keep needing to apply this green shade. It keeps not looking as green as I'd like it to. So with a flat brush, I am just continuing to apply this shade Moss and then blend it out and apply it and then blend it out again. For my lower lash line, I will be using the same colors, Jet, the black one, and then Moss, the green one, to maintain that same green smokiness throughout the whole look. It doesn't end up being green enough for me, so I do go back to that Vice 2 palette once again to add some more bright green to it. That Dragon shade really is helping add the green color for this look. And I'm just using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Brush, the pointed end, to apply that. And then I'm using a Morphe something, I'll list it below, just to blend out any harsh lines. And now I'm using my little Perversion mascara. I have a thing for travel size mascaras. I don't know what it is. I love that they're tiny, the precision, it's so easy to use. And I'm not going to be using fake lashes. I actually don't even own fake lashes. But what I do is I kind of brush down on my eyelashes and then up again, and down and then up, and I blink a whole lot to make sure they're coated very well. Time for the Anastasia Moodchild Glow Kit. I will be using the shade Lucky Clover. This shade I feel like doesn't usually get used as much as the other shades, but obviously for this green look it was perfect, and I'm using it to highlight my brow bone and the inner corner of my eyes. I'm just taking a little bit of brow gel just to keep my brows in place. For blush, I'm using Benefit Cosmetics shade Dandelion, and it's a little bit lighter of a pink, so I didn't want too intense of blush with this dark smoky look, so I'm just dusting a little bit of this on my cheekbones. Back to the Moodchild Glow Kit. back for some good old Lucky Clover. I am going to use that same shade to highlight my cheekbones to create kind of monochromatic look. I usually dip in real heavy at first for the cheeks, and then kind of whatever's left over I'll dust my Cupid's bow with, maybe a little bit on my nose, but I can never really commit to like an excessive nose highlight. Maybe I'm just not very good at it, but I just kind of swipe the leftovers. Lipstick, I couldn't decide. It was between Smashbox Cosmetics Stepping Out or Anastasia Beverly Hills Sepia. I have no idea. Plot twist, I ended up going with Sepia, so I figured I wanted to keep it a little bit more cool toned. I am not the best at applying liquid lipstick, so everybody hold your breath and pray that this is at least straight. Alright, whew, turned out okay. So I will be setting my whole face using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Just drench it all over the joint, give a little fan, whew. And I'm done, yay. All right, this is the final result. Hair in, outfit on. I hope you guys really enjoyed this look. Comment below if you want to see anything in particular, like just eyebrows or just foundation or extensions. My natural hair is very short and I kind of just curled it quickly because I have to go to work, so I'm hoping it kind of hangs out by the time I get there. But yeah, let me know below what you liked, what you didn't like. Definitely open to any constructive criticism. This is my second video, so just kind of seeing how it goes. Yeah. So thanks so much you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this look. You can subscribe, like this video if you actually liked it. If you didn't, then don't like it. Like, I'm not gonna lie and be like, if you hate it, still like it anyway. So you can also follow my Instagram at SlayRayRay. But I'm gonna be late for work if like I don't get out of here in a hot minute. So see you guys next time.